What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. We look here at the 30-year bond, and we're still hovering that 4.66 area. As you can see, um, we're still coiling up in this ascending triangle, and uh, a lot of people think, "Hey, I'm just gonna wait until we get to lower rates, and I'm gonna go ahead and either buy now and then just refinance later." And it's like, well, have you thought of the scenario of where you don't get your rates cut and your house and rates go higher, and therefore your house decreases in value? Have you thought about that scenario? A lot of people have it, and they're putting themselves in the situation where they're gonna end up completely um, ruin. That they can, it can easily become financial disaster um, by them doing that, and that's because they want to jump in and own a home, and they feel that if they don't, they're gonna miss out, and that's exactly why what you're seeing is a lot of people are putting themselves through a lot of stress financially just to be able to jump on a house that technically they can make payments on, but doesn't mean they can afford it, right? And so that's what you have to take into consideration is all those factors. Can I easily afford it? Can I make the payment on this house? The other thing here is we can see the 30-year mortgage rates, right? They're coming down. We're down at 6.26%, which is the lowest it's been since October 3rd of 2024. And so we'll keep monitoring this, but my thesis here has been that we're not going to see. I highly doubt we'll get um, below 5%. I highly doubt it. I think we're going to continue to climb higher. Right now, we've entered into a ranging zone. So, look, for example, look, you can have a zone ranging around the same price from, let's do here, 2023 to 2008. You can range for 5 years. We've been in this range since 2022. We could realistically just be range bound for 2 more years until we finally either keep going up or make just these movements here. So realistically, we're probably going to be range bound for some time until we finally exit out of this range. And I do believe that that range is going to inevitably be to the upside. That's where I think this is headed. A lot of folks are not prepared for that, right? They're banking on the fact that, hey, we're going to get rate cuts and we're going to keep going down forever. But if you pay close attention to what Powell said, they're not aiming for that 2% anymore, and they don't think we'll get back there until 2028. So that's out the door. I think we're going to see increasing inflation in the coming years. Uh, Another thing on the crisis that's on the horizon is credit card debt is piling up. Google searches for credit card debt are now up to 2008 levels. Meanwhile, the share of credit card debt that is delinquent 90 plus days reached 12.3% in Q2 of 2025, the highest since Q2 of 2011. That's just 1.4 percentage points below the all-time high. And you can see, right, credit card debt compared to 2008 to today, um, it's gone up. Now, this is interesting because I if this is taking the searches online, the internet was nowhere near where it is today as far as the access that people have. So I don't know how accurate this value would be, right, in comparison to this, if we're simply taking into account Google searches or whatever. Um, so take it with a grain of salt, right? You don't know how accurate this data is in comparison to today, but nevertheless, I think it's very interesting to see. Hey, we reached an interesting um, point of demarcation, and we'll see where that leads to. But I do believe we're in the latter stages of this cycle, and I do believe that it's gonna get a lot worse. Um, so, but as of now, I think markets are making that last final push to the upside before things start coming down. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's the Digital Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.